Hi, everybody who's ready for chapter 3. So I was thinking, I'm outside, so people are going to think I'm crazy talking in a microphone outside. This kind of reminds me of Bad Case of Stripes. Did you ever read that book? She wouldn't eat her vegetables, I think, and she got the weird case of stripes. So when it's talking about this boy likes candy and he's not feeling well, I'm predicting that something bad's going to happen. What do you think? And it also kind of reminds me of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You remember that one? Have you ever seen the old-fashioned one? Not the newer one with Johnny Depp, but the old-fashioned one with Veruca Salt, and she's real spoiled, and she says, I want it right now. She just wants candy, and bad things happen to her. So it's reminding me of those. And good readers do that, boys and girls. When you're reading something, think, oh, this reminds me of something else that I read. It's called text to text. I think we've used that term before. Text to text. So this is chapter 3. The birds were chirping in the tree outside John's window, and the sky beyond was deep blue. The bedroom door opened a few inches. Hey, Sleepy, Mrs. Midas called. Everyone else is up. John put on his bathroom slippers and ambled to the bathroom. Ambled. That's an interesting word. People don't use that a lot. If this was written, it's not. I have this story is on my phone, but I'd make you write it in the margin. Ambled. It's like walking, but I'm picturing it's sort of in a sleepy kind of way. Ambled. He sort of just woke up and he's sort of stumbling. Maybe he trips, and it's sort of a walk, but kind of in a clumsy way. He ambled to the bathroom. His sister Mary was still brushing her teeth, and he had to wait until she finished. Come on, Mary, he said, a little crossly. Don't take all morning. Here you are, Mary said, handing him the toothpaste tube. While Mary soaped her face, John squeezed a little of the toothpaste onto his brush. The paste was pink. John made a face at his toothbrush. It didn't seem fair that he should have to brush his teeth with stuff that tasted like his tonic. A stinky taste, he called it. John opened his mouth and pushed in the end of the toothbrush. As it touched his front teeth, he noticed a delicious sweetness in his mouth. Delicious sweetness in his mouth. It tasted like chocolate. He pushed the brush to and fro, and the taste seemed to grow stronger. He removed the brush. The bristles were brown. Ew. What kind of toothpaste is this? John asked. Mary was drying her face. The same kind, she said. It says on the tube. Blanco Dent, John read. It was the same kind they'd always had. Why is it chocolate flavored this time? He asked. Boy, it's good, silly, Mary said. Of course it isn't chocolate. She hung up her towel and swished out of the bathroom. Do you guys remember that when his mom thought he was asleep, he ate that little piece of chocolate? Did you remember that? Do you think there was some magic happening? And this is also reminding me, did you guys read James and the Giant Peach? Remember the little man gave him the little green seeds and he sprinkled them in the ground and magic happened? Do you remember? I wonder if this has something to do with that little piece of chocolate he ate. Remember, it was the only thing in the box? John squeezed some more toothpaste onto his brush and continued to brush his teeth. Chocolate again. It was marvelous. Rich, sweet, smooth chocolate, chocolatey chocolate, like a single piece of chocolate from the box from the night before. There seemed to be no further need for the toothbrush, so John rinsed it and hung it up. He squeezed out another bit of toothpaste onto his finger this time, and he put his finger in his mouth and ate the toothpaste off. And when he took his finger out again, it was stained chocolate brown. John wasted no more time. He put the end of the toothpaste tube in his mouth, and he emptied all the toothpaste onto his tongue. Mary looked in the bathroom. "What are you doing?" she demanded. "Yummy," was all John said. John and Mary were a little late getting to the dining room, and Mrs. Midas was already on the way to the train when they sat down at the breakfast table. "John ate all the toothpaste," Mary told their mother. "Oh, you sneak," John whispered. "Well, you did," Mary reminded him, "and that's a waste." "Isn't it a waste, Mother, to eat all the toothpaste in one day?" Mrs. Midas was serving their orange juice. "Mary, really," she said. "I'm sure John was only joking. He must have been pretending to eat the toothpaste." "No, he wasn't," Mary insisted. "I was watching, and I saw him squeeze it right into his mouth. He said it was chocolate." "Oh, dear," protested Mrs. Midas. "Chocolate again. Now I know it was a joke." Can you see the picture? Cute illustrations, huh? "He just wished it were chocolate." Mary, "Come on now, drink your orange juice, both of you. Your bacon and eggs will be ready in a minute." As Mrs. Midas left the room, John took up his glass of orange juice and put it to his lips. As soon as he tilted it and the liquid began to flow into his mouth, a happy look came over his eyes. "Boy, that's good orange juice," he said at last. "Tastes like chocolate juice." Mary looked at him. Then she looked at her glass of orange juice. It was bright orange. She tasted it. This is not chocolate juice," she said. "It's orange juice. It's good for you." "Yes, John," Miss Midas said, hearing the last few words as she carried in the tray of bacon and eggs. "You must drink your—" She caught sight of John's empty glass. "John, you good boy. That's the first time in ages you finished your whole orange juice glass without being told to do that." "Tasted like chocolate," John explained. "All right," Miss Midas said. "Very funny, but don't tease Mary too much. Remember, Mary's younger than you are." John silently picked up his fork and sliced the yolk of his fried egg. The yellow broke over the white, and he shivered as he watched it, as he always did. "I can't eat this," he told his mother. "Of course you can," Miss Midas said. "You drink your orange juice. Try to eat the bacon and egg." John scraped up a small piece of egg and put it in his mouth. It immediately became chocolate. Chocolate white and chocolate yolk. Both lovely chocolate. Chocolate egg. In almost no time, he'd finished every scrap of egg on his plate. Then he tried the bacon. The bacon turned to chocolate, too. John had never before enjoyed his breakfast so much. After the orange juice that had turned to chocolate juice in his mouth, and the fried bacon and the egg had turned to chocolate, he ate 2 slices of chocolate toast with chocolate butter and chocolate marmalade, washed it down with a glass of chocolate milk. "I'm very pleased with you this morning," Miss Midas said, as she helped John on with his coat. "If you promise to eat your lunch as well at school, as well as eat your breakfast, I'll give you a dime to go buy some chocolates with." "All right," John said. "I don't think I'll need it." Miss Midas looked puzzled as she waved goodbye. And that's it. That was kind of short. Maybe I'll come back and read chapter 4, but I'm going to stop because if the video's too long, it won't upload. I can't wait to see what happens.